Hello. My name is Fredrick James-Anthony Blackwood, III, though I'm sure you already knew that. And welcome to my beautiful home. I live in the upper district of Solitude, obviously, near the Blue Palace. What does this brilliant young man do to afford such luxury, I'm sure you must be wondering. Well, that's the best part. I've never had to lift a finger. You see, my mother owns nearly every building in the shopping district. My father is the head foreman at the East Empire Trade Warehouse. Between the two of them, I'll never have to work a day in my life.
You need to move out.
What?
And you need a job.
Mother! I'm sorry, Freddy, but you've been spending your allowance at such a frivolous rate that we think it might be best if you earn your own money. I can't believe you would throw your own son to the curb like this. Freddy, we're not...
Listen, we'll give you some gold for a room at the inn, just until you get on your feet. But you need to learn the value of what you're spending, son.
Fine. I'll just pack my bags, set off into this cruel, cruel world. Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye, Father. I hope to see you again one day. Farewell, your only son. He gets his theatrics from you.
I am not theatrical. Dramatic, sure, but not theatrical.
Fredrick, now on his own with no skills or life experience, has only a few months to find a stable job, a place to live, and get an education. All the normal rules apply: no killing, no stealing, no leaving, and survival mode, but this time we'll have to focus on studying and schoolwork. What school, you ask? Why, none other than the esteemed Bard's College of Solitude. Well, let's get started then. I won't be entering Proudspire Manor again, so I can't take anything from inside. But since Fredrick's parents gave him a little stipend, I can use that to... Wait, what are you doing? Wait, no. Shit. Alright, I'm actually starting with no money. Awesome. I figured I would get it over with at the start, so after my hangover subsided, I headed down to the Bard's College and spoke with Viermo, the headmaster. He warned me that while many applicants apply, few are accepted. He laid out a task for me. Secure King Olaf's lost verse. The verse can be found guarded by Draugr at Dead Man's Respite. It will be a grueling, dangerous job, but I think I'm up for the... Wait, I already have it? Ah, so that would be why I woke up covered in blood. Excellent. I turned in the verse, which was damaged beyond readability, and Viermo asked me to help fill in the blanks. Another test, this time of imagination, a talent necessary for a bard, keepers of song and history. Once the gaps were patched, quite accurately, I'm certain, he had me meet him at the Blue Palace to present our findings. The court seemed to like it, not that I had any doubt they would, and the burning of King Olaf was back on. After attending the festival, I officially became a student at the college. I'm not sure why they didn't make sure I could sing first, but I suppose that's besides the point. Time to attend my first of many classes. Oh gods, this is boring. Yes, this chord, this rhythm, this strum pattern. Is all this really necessary? I thought bard work was about history, teaching, and retelling myth and legend. But the music is a sure way to get people to listen, I suppose.
Your solo performance is about a week away. I expect to hear your early rendition tomorrow, understand? Let's continue with our practice.
After a long day of lessons about music and theory and history, it was getting late, so I made my way to the inn for some food and rest. But there's the issue of money. Before I can sleep there, I'll need to either pay or work from my room. I suppose this is a good time as any to practice my playing. We tilled Skyrim's ground despite frozen toil. We tended the Quama beneath Morrowind soil. We hunted the Wamsu in black marshes glades. We three hearts had no need for blades. Then they came from the seas, folded steel in their hands. They burned down our homes and ravaged our lands. Our Kaviri brought nothing but bloodshed and lies. Our families were slain before our eyes. With 3 separate people, they shared a cruel joke, a choice between death or the yoke. But then our 3 people knew what must be done. To end the oppression, our 3 became one. Forged by war, the ebon hearts rose and drove the Akaviri back to the sea. When the enemy begged for the mercy they lacked, 3 voices as one shouted blood for the pact. Forged by war, our story be told. No shackles can hold us, whether moonstone or gold. I didn't realize I had that in me. Of course I can sing. I have many a great talent. This is just one of the plethora I'm sure you'll come to find. Maybe I can perform some more, so that all of Solitude can be graced with my sultry tones. Yes, I think I'd enjoy that. And obviously the peasants would as well. While performing was fun, there's plenty of work around town that pays better. I wandered the city a bit to see if anyone had a quest for me, and found this woman who needed something released from the trade warehouse down at the docks. Hey, I can stick it to my dad for kicking me out of the house. I'm all for it. Down to the docks with me. While I was in the area, I snooped around at the farms and stables. The farmer told me she would pay for picking crops, but that's peasant work. I don't want to get soil under my fingernails, it could damage my loot. So I ignored her request and continued down the road. Vittoria Vici waited for me there, going on and on about her wedding. Apparently the spices were being held for 2,000 gold. I tried to convince her to have a soul, but she said it wasn't her problem. My only other option was to bribe her, but I didn't have enough gold. I guess I am picking crops after all. I got my pay and returned to Vittoria with the bribe. She must not get paid very well if she'll take a few dozen gold to fudge the numbers. I returned to the wine saleswoman to inform her of her spices release, and she gave me a little gold and some wine. You know, I may have lost money on this deal, but at least I got a friend. And free wine. I did a little bit of ingredient gathering, made some potions, and sold them, but honestly it's pretty overpowered for making money, so I don't really like doing potion crafting in these runs. Looking for more work that wasn't selling potions, I found myself at Radiant Raiments. The owner asked if I would wear one of her outfits to the Blue Palace as advertising. I said yes, I would get some nice clothes out of it, and set off. Elisith liked the outfit, said she'd put in an order, and I made a quick and easy 250 gold. I used that gold to buy the first of my songbooks from Viermo. With these, I can increase my bard level and take far more requests at the inn. Since I had so much gold from potion crafting and selling, I desperately wanted to get rid of it. I paid off this guy's gambling debt and bought myself some new clothes. Can't sacrifice style, can we? There were a few quests I tried to take, but they either sent me across the map or they were a blatant crime. I don't know how the guards haven't noticed this by now. The night was coming to a close, so I performed once again, using the money I had earned to buy some drinks and food, and then I headed to bed. When I woke up, one of the inn owners asked me to make a delivery, and I looked over some of the bounties as well. Since I can't leave the city, though, none of these are getting done. Now, this quest was unlike all the others. I could tell from first talking to this man that there was something up with him. He spoke in broken sentences, split up by nonsense and rambling speeches. I felt a little bad for him. Maybe he was older and confused. Maybe he had an injury. Maybe he was just flustered. So I took his quest to find his master. He gave me a human pelvic bone. That should have been the first sign that something unnatural was afoot. I delivered the drinks to the Blue Palace, which put me in the court's good graces. I was able to easily convince the maid to give me the key to Pelagius's wing, but before I could enter, I needed a good night's sleep. I performed, got my pay, which has been steadily increasing as my bard level goes up, and headed to sleep. Finally, I entered the abandoned wing of the Blue Palace. It was dank, dusty, and covered in cobwebs. I ascended the stairs, started down this long hallway, and... What? Where am I? That man. The way he's dressed, the way he talks, is that... No, that can't be. But I read about him in one of my classes. That's the Mad God. That's Sheogorath.
How rude! Can't be bothered to host an old friend for a decade or two. I'm a mad god. The mad god, actually. It's a family title. Gets passed down from me to myself every few thousand years. Now you can call me Anne-Marie. But only if you're partial to being flayed alive and having an angry immortal skip rope with your entrails. If not, then call me Sheogorath, Daedric, Prince of Madness. Charmed. Welcome to the deceptively verdant mind of the Emperor Pelagius III. That's right! You're in the head of a dead, homicidally insane monarch! Now, I know what you're thinking. Can I still rely on my swords and spells and sneaking and all that nonsense? Sure. Or you could use the Wabbajack! Huh? Didn't see that coming, did you?
The Wabbajack? Oh, divines, this is so exciting. Now this would make an interesting tale for my final project. I went through Pelagius's mind, helping him with his self-confidence, his night terrors, and eventually his feelings of paranoia. I wish real therapy was this easy. Just fire some magic into my brain, I'm sure I'll be fine. After the trials, Sheogorath set me free with the Wabbajack, asking only for a vow to use the staff in entertaining ways. What a wild dream? I need to write this down. After the whole ordeal, I found Viermo again and bought some more songbooks. Genuinely, finding him to buy books was one of the most time-consuming parts of this entire recording. Just like real college, he says his office hours are Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9:30, and guess where he isn't on Thursday at 8 a.m.? Either way, I found him, bought the last of the songbooks, and went to the inn to perform what I had learned. I took my pay, bought some food, and slept at the inn for the final time. Well, here we are, the day of my final project. And I'm to perform it in front of Elisif herself, to her entire court no less. Viermo says I have something special here, with this story of mine. I can only hope the court agrees. Praised and defiant, a mad king's remindment. Fear and self-loathing, paranoia fed flames. Taught as a tyrant, forbade death's assignment. Terrorist reign, headman's axe at his throat. Mind alight with flame, daggers in bags, 3 awful faces declaring false pacts. She Agorath's curse filed away, consuming his memories now left to decay. Sweet kiss of ashes, kingdom and masses, curing a madness time thought was lost. Thoughts once in shambles, berries and brambles, feasting on rambles, the mad king most cross. Welcome back. My name is Fredrick Blackwood, but folks have taken to calling me Freddy Songforge as of late. The first time I picked up a lute, I was but a babe, and for some reason I myself can't understand, I put it back down. It wasn't until my mother and father forced my hand that I regained my passion for music. I'll always be grateful to them for giving me that push. It's been a few months since my graduation from the Bard's College. The weather is getting nicer. The trees are finding their leaves again. The air is warming up, and I feel a song coming on.
You've made quite the name for yourself, son. We're very proud. We always were, I hope you knew that.
You're welcome back home any time, Freddy. We'll keep your room just how you left it. Thank you, Mother, but I don't imagine I'll be back for a while. There's so many inns to visit. So much inspiration out there. It may take a lifetime to discover it all.
That sounds like a life well lived, then. Our door's always open, Freddy.
Be safe out there, and don't forget to write. We love you, son. And I love you both. Farewell.
He gets his courage from you, you know.
I'd always hoped he would. Sorry this video was a little short. I just wanted to get something out for you guys. My laptop that I had been using for all of these videos died sometime at the beginning of October, and I was just able to get a new computer. So I also moved. Again, it was a lot of things happened. Anyway, thank you to my patrons, Carl Lambert, Noodle, Lark McManus, Perso Comrade, Cirque, Sang County, Mary Miss Maury, Hiding Pig, Wisty, Internet Weasel, Nine Reeds, Stupid Chud, Orange Llama, Mason McLean, Caspin Black, Carla J. 27, Cloven Hoof, and Telly63. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you supporting me through this time, even when I wasn't able to do Patreon updates, because I didn't have a computer to do that. I am so glad to be making videos again. I have a really nice computer now that should let me play any number of other games I've been wanting to try. I've thought about doing Fallout 4, I've thought about doing Kenshi, the Oblivion remaster I wasn't even able to run on my laptop, so I'm really excited for the opportunities that this opens up for me. So again, thank you for watching and thank you for your patience, and I will see you in the next one.